So what's up divas, and what's up divas, it's your girl April. So today is going to be a really quick makeup look. It was kind of inspired by the scarf that I was wearing, believe it or not, only because of like that tangerine color in it. So I decided to just leave my scarf on and run to the grocery store so that I could get a snack. And I really didn't feel like doing my hair. I didn't feel like putting on any wig. You know, it's Sunday. It was a lazy Sunday. I was cleaning my house today. It just wasn't one of those days, but I was refusing to go outside without any makeup on. Okay, so it's just a tangerine kind of color with bronze, like a bronzy bronze color, and like heavy on the eyeliner. So for this video I did use some cosmetics that I received like a while ago, and it was from my old prior channel by Sacha Cosmetics. So I used this quad right here, and I did use this kind of orangish color and this light bronzy color. And I used two brushes. The two brushes that I used for the entire eyeshadow look was the two Sacha Cosmetics brushes, and I did use an angled eyeliner brush too. So all the information will be posted for you guys below. You can check it out. It's just something really simple. A little bit of blush and some facial powder. And the lipstick was actually concocted of like several different colors along with some eyeshadows. So yeah, I hope you enjoy the video and the scarf as well. You know, ladies, you have those days when you really don't feel like doing your hair, and I have those as well. So yeah, so stay diva and divalicious and have a great holiday, and I'll be back soon. Okay ladies, so the first thing that I'm going to be putting on my eyelids is the Mica Beauty eye primer, which I absolutely love. I did get this from BoxyCharm for the month of November, and this is like the best eye primer I have ever used. It doesn't crease in your eye, and it actually stays put. Your eyeshadow is like all day, no creasing, no melting. So I'm going to use my Loreal pressed powder in the color Cocoa. This is a facial powder, but I love it because it's a great transition color. And this is just an old eyeshadow quad that I have, which is from Sacha Cosmetics. And it's like a tangerine orange color. You can use like the Beige Cosmetics, this Eyes on the 70s palette, which is actually the same color in this palette, and I should have used that instead. But I'm going to go ahead and put that on my lower lid with my Sacha Cosmetics blending brush, and just go ahead and sweep that back and forth so there are no harsh lines. Now with the same palette, I'm going to use like a really lighter bronze color just to sweep right over and above my crease, as you can see right here. And that's with the Sacha Cosmetics fluffy blending brush. And I'm just doing that to give it a better transition. And I'm going to go ahead and add some more of that tangerine eyeshadow from Sacha Cosmetics. Now to top off my underbrow, I'm going to be using another Sacha Cosmetics, which is a light, like off-white shimmered eyeshadow. It's like a frost, not a shimmer, but a frost. And I decided to go with a frost instead of a matte this time, just to give it a little jazz. I'm going to take my fluffy blending brush from Sacha and just blend that in lightly, and blend that bronze and that Loreal True Match in with it. Now one of my favorite eyeliners is the Motives eyeliner gel, which is called Little Black Dress. And the brush that I'm using is actually an older brush from Coastal Scents, which I am in love with their brushes. Like, they have the best brushes and they're very affordable. So for my winged out eye look, I do start at the inner corner of my eyelid, and then once I kind of like make the line, because I want it to kind of be dramatic, I'm going to go ahead and take the outer corner and go upward, and then I'll go ahead and go downward from the outer corner inside, so that way the line is a little bit more precise. You just want to take your time with this, because sometimes doing a wing look can get a little tricky, especially if it's not straight. One of my eyes always looks better than the other. I don't know why, but you know, I have hooded eyelids, so sometimes it's hard for me to get my eyeliner just precise. Now on top of that, I'm going to be using my favorite Tarantino's glitter liner in Black Diamond. This also came in the month of November's BoxyCharm box, and I love this eyeliner. I really don't wear glitter eyeliner, but for me this is not a lot of glitter, so it's not so over glitterized, you know, if that's even a word, but it does make the eyeliner stand out, and it does make it a little bit more black, and it gives it just a little hint of glitter, nothing too dramatic. I'm just going to place that glitter eyeliner at the tips of the outer corner of my winged eyeliner. Now I'm going to use my Hard Candy Glamoflauge concealer. This is a heavy duty concealer, so you really don't need a lot. You want to make sure that your beauty blender is damp when applying any kind of concealer or foundation. I did learn that the hard way over time. I just really started to like the beauty blender, and I'm going to go ahead and use that for my nose bridge as well as for the center of my forehead right before I decide to contour. And yeah, it does probably appear a little bit white right now, and that's probably due to the lighting, as well as I'm going to go ahead and take my Fashion Fair foundation stick, and this is in a darker color which is called Teak. I'm just going to lightly dab that on with my Beauty Blender sponge. I didn't really put that much this time around, which is fine. Sometimes I just don't feel like putting a lot, so what I'll use instead is my L'Oreal True Match in the color Cocoa pressed powder facial powder. I use that facial powder for just about everything. For contouring, for blending in my eyeshadow. I don't use it as a facial color because it's too dark for my skin tone, but it's great for like contouring and also using it as an eyeshadow. So I'm going to use the contour brush from Sacha Cosmetics just to contour my nose with that same foundation stick. And then I'm going to go into my L'Oreal True Match. And this brush that I'm using is actually the Sedona Lace Jumbo Fan Brush. Ladies, this brush you have to have. It's like a must-have. It is perfect for contouring. It gets right into the hollows of your cheek with no problem, and I absolutely love it. The brush I'm using here for my nose contour is the Sacha Cosmetics Fluffy Brush, which I also used for my eyeshadow. I love this brush. You can use this for just about anything. And just to spice it up a little bit, I'm going to add a little bit more Glamoflauge from Hard Candy as a contour for my nose to bring it out. Now I will be using the NYX eyeliner in Pure White. I really am not a huge fan of this, but at the moment it was the only white eyeliner that I have. I'm actually going to go ahead and try the matte because I'm seeing really good reviews about it, but it did come out pretty white. And I'm just going to line the my lower lash line with the white, and this is just going to open up my eyelids and make them appear more brighter, as well as also make my pupils look a lot more wider, and my eyes, just open up my eyes. Now to set my facial concealer, I'm going to use my Nye Banana Powder. And I don't use a lot of this. I use it very lightly because it does make my skin look dry if I use too much. And you can see Mumsy in the background is having like an awesome time doing God knows what. She likes to hang out in my room, so yeah, she's my company. I'm gonna head and use that on my nose bridge as well as my forehead area. And this is an Eco Tools brush that came with a set. One of my new favorite mascaras is the Benefits Their Real Mascara. This mascara is one that has to be in anyone's makeup collection, along with the Tarantino mascara. This one here I've been using for a few weeks and I love it. I'm going to go ahead and then use my Kabuki brush by eTools. And I'm going to use my Milani pressed powder in the color Tan as my setting powder and just give my face a little bit of color. It does blend great with my skin complexion, so you know. One of my favorite matte bronzers, which I've been using a lot lately in all my videos, is Hoola. It's Benefit by Hoola. I love this bronzer. It's a matte bronzer, so if you don't want anything too shimmered up, then you have to give this one a try. It's a beautiful color, and it doesn't make you look chalky. Now, an old favorite of mine is Laura Gehr's Blush and Brighten in Raspberry. I've had this for a couple years, and I absolutely love it. There's no shimmer. It's kind of like a matte color, but it gives you the right color. And I'll be using my Sacha Cosmetics blush brush just to put that onto my cheeks. So for my lips, I'm going to be using NYX's Black Label in Beige lipstick, just because I wanted a neutral look. I did try this coralish color orange, but it really didn't work out. I'm going to be using Avon's 8-in-1 color palette to make a little bit of shimmer or frost to my lips, and I'm going to take like a goldish kind of taupe-ish color, and over that I'm going to put that on my top and bottom lips. I mixed two colors in one with the Avon. And on top of that, this is the orange color that I was talking about. It's a really beautiful color by Revlon. It's a matte lip balm, but it looks really I really didn't like how it turned out. But yeah, so this is basically the finished look. I have like some really kind of like, they're not too bright of an eye look. It's kind of like an autumn color. It reminds me of like when the leaves turn on the trees and like this orangish, prettiest burnt brown. So it was kind of like a look like that, but it also was inspired by my headscarf that I was wearing. And here it is. I love the look that the mascara gives. You really don't even need any black eyeliner. Just fill up them lashes with like loads of mascara and they look really full and long. So yeah, I'm not gonna do my hair for this video because like I said, I was running to the store, but I will rock my scarf for sure. And at least I have on a scarf and my makeup is done, so I guess that's the most important thing. At least I'm not totally ratchet when I go outside. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Something really easy. I only used 2 brushes for my entire eye look, well, counting the eyeliner brush. So have a great holiday and I will see you soon. Bye.